Thank you for joining us for the presentation, Custody Actions in Bedford County, Part 2, Costs and Waivers. The first step in the custody process, once you complete the pleadings. Your pleadings are your legal documents, such as your petition to proceed in forma pauperis or your complaint for custody. Every time you file a pleading, you may have to pay a filing fee. Or you can file a petition to proceed in forma pauperis and request that the court waive these fees. The fee currently for filing a custody action in the Prothonotari's office is $136. However, please note that this amount is subject to change. If you cannot afford to pay that filing fee, you can file a petition with the court requesting that the court allow you to proceed in forma pauperis. This means that you are a party who is without financial resources to pay the cost of litigation, and you are entitled to proceed in forma pauperis, meaning without paying the filing fees, asking that those fees be waived. And a pauper, that's an indigent person, one who receives aid from public funds. As you complete your petition to proceed in forma pauperis, or you'll hear me say IFP petition, or any other pleading, you are going to use the same caption every single time. So in all those legal documents that we're going to discuss, you will use the same caption. So the plaintiff is you. You put your name there. The defendant is the person who you're filing against. You put their name on the bottom. On the right-hand side, the number for the year, the Prothonotary will give you the number. You will always have civil action law, and you will always have in custody. In this IFP petition, you are stating that because of your financial condition, you are unable to pay the costs and fees associated with this action. That you are unable to obtain funds from anyone, including your family and associates, to pay the cost of this litigation. And you will also need to provide information for the last 12 months about your employment, your income and benefits, your property and assets, your debts and obligations, and your dependents. So as you look at the petition for leave to proceed in forma pauperis, in that first paragraph, it says, I'm the plaintiff, defendant. You will circle which one you are. If you are, again, completing the petition and you are filing the complaint for custody, you are the plaintiff. Now, when you go to 3A, that's where you are going to put in your name, your address, your telephone number, and your cell phone number. You also are going to talk about your employment. If you are employed, where are you employed? Give your employer's name and address. State how much you make and the type of work that you do. If you are unemployed, state where you were last employed, how much you made, and what type of work you did. In the IFP petition, there's lots of questions about your income. So do you receive any income from your business or profession in addition to the salary or wages that you just put down? Are you self-employed? If so, do you receive any other income from your self-employment in addition to the salary or wages you listed before? And in these last two questions, that could be in the form of some kind of benefit or bonuses. Do you receive any interest or dividends from any stocks or bonds, retirement, or other accounts? If so, how much do you receive? Do you receive any pension or annuity payments from retirement, insurance, or other accounts? If so, how much? Do you receive any Social Security benefits? This means Social Security disability, supplemental security income, or Social Security from retirement? And if so, how much do you receive? Do you receive any support? This includes child support or spousal support, and if so, how much? Do you receive any other disability income, such as short-term disability or long-term disability, that's either through your employer or another source, and how much do you receive? If you are unemployed, are you receiving unemployment compensation or any other supplemental benefits, and how much? Or are you receiving workers' compensation? If so, how much are you receiving? Do you receive any public assistance? And if so, how much do you receive for your cash assistance, food stamps or TANF, TANF, access, your fuel or energy assistance, that could be LIHEAP, medical assistance, HUD, your housing, or for your phone? Often public assistance is based on your income requirements. So receiving public assistance shows that your income is within the guidelines for low-income programs. Although that is not a guarantee that the petition will be granted. Now, there is only one line for this category on the IFP petition, but try and put in as much public assistance that you do receive. You also have to state any other contributions that you received to support your household in the past 12 months. That could mean your spouse or your significant other. Therefore, you need to provide the following information: the name of your spouse or your significant other. You will see that on the IFP petition, it only asks for your spouse, your husband or your wife. If this person who is contributing to your household is not your husband or wife, but you have a different relationship with that person, put down that person's name and your relationship. If that person is employed, who are they employed by? How much does that person make? And what type of work does that person do? Again, you must include all other contributions within the last 12 months. Have you received anything from your children or your parents? Any other contributions? And these other contributions also include Social Security benefits, the retirement or disability or supplemental security income. You also must provide information about the property that you own. So, how much cash do you have? What cash do you have access to right now? How much money do you have in a checking account or in a savings account, in certificates of deposit, or in stocks or in bonds? Now, as you go through the IFP petition, if the answer is 0, make sure to write that down in the petition. If you feel that you need to provide an explanation as to why you are not paying something, then put that down. Do not just leave a line blank. If you do, then the court may be asking this question as to why something was left out. Was it left out intentionally or unintentionally? And that could mean that the petition to proceed in form of papyrus is going to be sent back to you to complete it again. Again, setting you back from continuing to file for the custody complaint. Do you own any real estate? That includes a home, a motor home, other real estate or investment property. If you have more than one piece of property, you must answer how much your real estate is worth for each piece of property. Do you own a motor vehicle? What is the make and year of the vehicle? How much did the vehicle cost you? How much do you still owe on the vehicle? If you have more than one vehicle, again, you have to answer these questions for each vehicle. You also need to let the court know your monthly expenses, your debts and your obligations. So your monthly expenses, how much is your mortgage or your rent? Do you have any loans? How much do you pay a month? Any credit cards? What do you pay a month on those? How much do you usually spend per month on food, clothing, medical treatments such as doctor's visits, hospital bills, or prescriptions? Do you pay any utilities? If so, how much do you pay per month for your television or cable, internet, gas, electric, phone, your water or sewer? If this is a utility that you pay quarterly, calculate it to find out how much it will cost each month to put that on this petition. Is anyone dependent on you for support? This could include your children, your spouse, your parent, or another family member. If it is children, make sure to list their ages. You have a continuing obligation to inform the court if your financial situation improves. That means that it is up to you to inform the court if you become able to pay the court costs or fees. You must verify that the statements you make in this petition are true and correct under the penalties of law. Verifying documents will be discussed in more detail later in part 4 of this presentation. You will file the IFP petition with your complaint for custody at the Pathonetary's office. The Pathonetary's office will accept both of these pleadings without charging you the filing fee. The court will then review the petition and enter an order. The court may deny the order, in which case, if you want to proceed with the custody action, you will have to pay the cost. The court may grant the order and you will be able to proceed with the case with the cost being waived for you. Or the court may order that you must pay a portion of the filing fee, in which case you will have to pay that portion to proceed with the case. Part 3 of this presentation will discuss filing for custody, where you can file, who can file, and what type of custody can be requested.